Warren Buffett once said something like this: "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until the day you die." Keeping cash in the bank feels smart, safe, and secure. But in reality, that money is quietly losing value. Inflation slowly eats it away. Banks pay almost no interest. And while your money just sits there doing nothing, rich people make their money work for them. In this video, we talk about small but powerful monthly investments that help your money grow instead of shrink. 1. Building an emergency fund for real life. Before building wealth, the first priority is stability. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down, medical bills show up, jobs can disappear overnight. You can go bankrupt, lose everything, and be forced to start from zero again. If you don't have a financial safety buffer, even a small problem can push you into credit card debt, borrowing money, or selling your investments at the worst possible time. Your laptop, your jewelry, your car, all the things at home suddenly become things you might have to sell. That's where an emergency fund comes in. It prevents unexpected expenses from turning into financial disasters. Most people start with $500 to $1,000, which is enough for small emergencies. An emergency fund isn't like investments that grow over time. The goal isn't to make money. The goal is to not lose money when things go wrong. That's why it's usually kept in a high-yield savings account. It earns a little interest, but more importantly, it's easy to access. Once this foundation is built, the next step is preparing for long-term money growth and strategy. 2. 6 months of living expenses. An emergency fund covers sudden expenses, but what if a crisis lasts longer than a few weeks? For example, your boss fires you and you're unemployed until you find a new job. Or you have health issues. God forbid you get into a car accident and break your leg. These are things that can happen to anyone. Nothing is impossible in life. Everything we say that won't happen can happen. That's why many people aim to save 6 to 12 months of living expenses. This gives you breathing room and keeps you from making rushed, bad financial decisions. If you have enough savings to cover rent, food, and bills for 6 months, you don't panic when life hits you unexpectedly. This money isn't meant to grow aggressively. It's for safety, not profit. So again, it's usually kept in high-yield savings accounts. It's not exciting, but it's necessary so you can focus on your other investments. 3. Low-cost index funds. Once financial security is in place, the focus shifts to growing money over time. Historically, the stock market has been one of the most reliable ways to build wealth, and one of the simplest ways to invest is through index funds or ETFs. These funds let you own hundreds of stocks at once. Risk goes down while you still benefit from long-term market growth. The S&P 500 tracks the 500 largest U.S. companies and has delivered about a 10% average annual return since 1957. That includes the dot-com crash, the 2008 financial crisis, and the 2020 COVID crash. Even though there are short-term drops of 30–50%, the long-term trend has always gone up. For example, between 1802 and 2001, the worst single-year return was negative 38.6%, but over any 20-year holding period, the index has always been profitable. Those big drops are actually buying opportunities. Since 1928, the S&P 500 has been positive in about 73% of years. That proves patience and consistency win. 4. High-yield savings accounts. These accounts help your money work more efficiently. Unlike traditional savings accounts, they usually offer 3–5% interest. If you keep $10,000 in a regular account earning 0.01%, you make just $1 in a year. But at 4%, your money grows to $10,400. Just by choosing a better place to park your money, you earn $399. 5. Treasury bonds and I-bonds. For people who don't like risk, there are more stable options. Treasury bonds are basically loans you give to the government. In return, you get fixed interest payments. Because they're backed by the U.S. government, they're considered very safe. 10-year bonds pay around 3.5%, 30-year bonds around 4%. A $10,000 investment can earn about $400 per year. I-bonds protect you from inflation. Their interest rate adjusts with inflation. In 2022, they went as high as 9.62%. 6. Gold and silver. Gold and silver have been used to protect wealth for centuries. When inflation rises, they usually gain value. In the 1,970 seconds, when U.S. inflation hit 13%, gold jumped from $35 to over $200. Between 2021 and 2023, gold rose from $1,800 to over $2,000. Silver also gained value, especially because it's used in electronics and solar panels. 7. Dividend stocks. Some companies pay part of their profits to investors regularly. Companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble have done this for decades. For example, if you had invested $1,000 in Coca-Cola at the end of 2015, today with stock growth and dividends combined, you'd have made around a 163% total return. 8. REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts. Real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. But not everyone wants to buy property or deal with tenants. REITs let you invest in real estate without owning a building. You earn a share of rental income and receive regular dividends. 9. Invest in yourself. The highest return doesn't always come from stocks. Sometimes the best investment is you. Learning new skills, gaining knowledge, and building experience can increase your income far more than the stock market. High-income skills like coding, sales, marketing, and investing open new doors. Education doesn't always mean college. Online courses, workshops, and books can change everything.